Okay, in this video I am going to record practicing problems that will help you with your quiz and final. So let's go. Question number 1. Since I'm going to make up these problems, they are not from Pearson. Therefore, I'm going to write down in this notebook. Okay, so we have 5x minus 6 minus 5 equal 3 times x minus 2. We need to solve it. So let's see, 5x minus 6 minus 5, I am taking parentheses off because we don't need it, equal. Here I'm going to distribute 3 times x and 3 times negative 2. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Now let's combine like terms. So we get here 5x. These two like terms, negative 6, negative 5, negative 11, and we get 3x minus 6. Now 3x I'm moving on this side. To combine with 5x, negative 11, I'm moving on this side. So when I move 3x on this side, because I'm moving over this equal sign, it was positive 3x, will become negative 3x. So I will get, I will get 5x minus 3x equal. So negative 6 doesn't move anything, and this negative 11 moving on the right side. So it was negative 11 will become positive. Remember, I told you every time you move term over equal sign, you flip the sign on the opposite. Okay, 5x minus 3x is 2x. Negative 6 plus 11, positive 5. And we need to get x by itself. So we divide by 2, and whatever division we did on one side, we do the same division on the other side. Why did I divide by 2? Because coefficient of x is 2. And I need x by itself. Oops, I'm sorry. So x from here is equal 5 over 2. Okay, moving to next problem, number 2. So we have 4 minus 8i plus 2 plus 6i. Okay, so since there is no equal sign, that means this is not the equation. That means we can't solve for anything. All we are going to do, simplify and combine like terms. Since between parentheses on it's addition, so I can drop parentheses and just write down these terms. Plus 2 plus 6i. Okay, let's combine 4 and 2 and negative 8 plus 6i, right? Negative 8i plus 6i. 4 plus 2, it's going to be 6. Negative 8i plus 6i, it's going to be negative 2i. And we are done. All right. Question number 3. What do we have for question number 3? We have 6i times negative 2i and plus 5. Okay, let's distribute. So 6 times negative 2i, it's going to be negative 12i squared, right? And 6i times 5, it's going to be plus 30i. Yes? Okay, let me remind you that I squared is equal negative 1. And I itself is equal square root of negative 1. So we have I squared, which is going to be negative 1, and practically negative 12, negative 12 times negative 1, and plus 30i. So from here we have positive 12, right? And plus 30i. Next one, guys, I would recommend to go over all these problems and then write out these problems and try to solve on your own, and then open and compare with these answers, okay? That would work the best. So question number 4, we need to solve the equation by factoring. Okay, let me see. We have x squared. Plus 4 and minus 12 equals 0 for x. Okay? Yes. Yeah, that will work. I was solving in my mind to figure out, will this work or not? Yes, it will work. So the bottom line is how we're going to factor it. We are going to break down into two parentheses, and here we have x squared. So I'm between these two parentheses is going to be since multiplication. So one x I'm moving here, and the other x I'm moving here to this parenthesis. So when I multiply by each other, I get x squared back. Now the numbers here are going to be, I need to figure it out. So I have to find these two numbers, first number and second number. That multiplication will give me negative 12. This number, available term, it's multiplication going to give you available term. And addition is going to give you this 4, coefficient of 4. Okay, this principle going to work for any type of equation that we're going to solve by factoring. So multiplication going to be equal to available term. Available term is the one that doesn't have any variable x. So you have negative 12. And addition of these numbers is going to give you coefficient of this x. Not for x squared, but of this one x. And coefficient of this x is 4. So let's find two numbers that multiplication will give us negative 12 and addition gives us 4. So what am I going to do? I'm going to factor down this negative 12. Multiplication of which terms will give me negative 12? Let me see. 1 and negative 12, right? Or negative 1 and positive 12, correct? What else? Negative 4 times 3, right? Or 4 times negative 3, because we have product negative. That means one of these terms has to be negative. What else we have here? 6 and negative 2. And negative 6 times 2. One of them is going to be our numbers that we're going to plug into these positions here. So how are we going to choose which one? I'm going to filter out based on this principle that addition is going to be 4. Which number addition is going to be? Give me positive 4. And it is going to be this one, 6 minus 2. It's going to be positive 4. So this is going to be my pair of numbers that's going to satisfy. Which means, so in one parenthesis I put plus 6. In another parenthesis I put minus 2. It doesn't matter in what parenthesis you put which one. You could put negative 2 in first parenthesis, 6 to second parenthesis. Doesn't matter at all because it's a multiplication. Okay, equals 0. Once we found these numbers, since we have multiplication of two parentheses equals 0, that means either first parenthesis equals 0 or the second one equals 0. Otherwise, product cannot be 0, right? Therefore, let me shrink this. What we are going to do, so we are going to try either x plus 6 is equal 0 or x minus 2 is equal 0. When x plus 6 is equal 0, x is equal negative 6, right? 6 moving here was positive, become negative. When x minus 2 is equal 0, x is equal positive 2, right? Negative 2 moving here, become positive 2. That means the answer is going to be negative 6, comma 2. Okay? All right, moving to next question, number 5. So another one like that. So we have x squared plus 2x minus 99 equals 0. Okay, break down into two parentheses, multiplication of two parentheses, that's going to be equal 0. 1x is here, 1x is here. Let's find the numbers. So two numbers at multiplication will give me negative 99, and addition is going to be equal 2, positive 2. And this number is going to be, for me, negative, it's going to be positive 11 and 9, negative 9. Look, 11 times negative 9, it's going to be negative 99, right? Like this available term, multiplication. And addition, 11 minus 9, right? It's going to be equal 2, which is this coefficient, right? Okay, so we are plugging here 11 and negative 9. So let's find the answer. So either x plus 11 is equal 0 or x minus 9 is equal 0. So when x plus 11 equals 0, I'm flipping 11 on this side, x is equal negative 11. When I'm flipping negative 9 on this side, I'm getting x is equal 9, which means the answer is going to be negative 11 and 9. Moving to question 6. So we need to solve absolute value equation, and we have absolute value x minus 5, and it's equal 4. So when we get rid of absolute value, we are going to get x minus 5. It can be either positive 4 or negative 4. So from here, we get two equations. X minus 5 is equal positive 4, and x minus 5 is equal negative 4. Yes? Okay. So from here, x is equal 4 plus 5, x is equal 9. And here, x is equal negative 4 plus 5, and it's x going to be equal positive 1. So the answer is going to be 1 and 9. Question number 7. Okay, let me make it. All right. So question number 7, what do we have? We need to evaluate function. So we have f of x is equal x squared plus 3. And we need to find f of x minus 3. Okay, this is going to be question mark. So instead of this x minus 3, we are going to plug to this x squared. Let's do it. F of x is equal. So x squared is going to be x minus 3 squared and plus 3. So x minus 3 squared, you can open two ways. Use formula, or you can multiply twice. I'm going to show both ways. Whichever way you like, you can use that method. So Let me write down here also. Okay, let's say here I'm going to use a minus b squared, which is going to be equal a squared minus 2ab, oops, minus 2ab and plus b squared. This is a. Okay, this is a, this is minus b. So my a is equal what? X, and my b is equal 3. So from here I have, let me write down. So it's going to be f of x is equal a squared, which is going to be x squared minus 2 times x times 3 here, and plus b squared, it's going to be 3 squared. And as a result, f of x is equal x squared minus 6x plus 9. Let's do second way for whoever doesn't want to use formula. So f of x is equal x minus 3 squared plus 3. So I'm writing this way, f of x is equal twice x minus 3 times x minus 3, because it's square, right? So I'm going to multiply twice, and I'm going to get and result is going to be f of x is equal, so let me multiply x by x is going to be x squared, x by negative 3 going to be negative 3x, negative 3 times x is going to be negative 3x, and negative 3 times negative 3 is going to be positive 9, and plus 3. Okay, let's combine like terms. F of x is equal, so these two are like terms and these two are like terms. So we get x squared, negative 3x is going to be negative 6x, and 9 plus 3 is going to be, I'm sorry, actually no, 9 plus 3 is going to be 12. Okay, here I see what happened, what I did here. I forgot to add here this 3 here. Hold on, let me fix it. Yeah, see this 3? I got carried away with this explanation and didn't add this 3. Let me add this 3, and I will get the same thing. X squared minus 6x plus 12. Okay, this 3 plus 3 is this one. Okay, and we got the same answer, as you can see. All right, moving question number 8. So we have piecewise function f of x. Piecewise meaning two different functions, they connected together, negative 4x plus 1 and negative 3x minus 2. So this first case is true if x is less than negative 1, and the second case is true if x is greater or equal negative 1. So I'm going to take positive 1, so we need to evaluate this piecewise function at the value f of 1. Okay, so let's plug first one, f of 1 is equal negative 4 times 1 plus 1. So f of 1 is going to be equal negative 4 plus 1. Well, might as well just write down negative 3. So we got negative 3. Does it satisfy this condition? Yes, less than 1. So is this check mark. So it can be considered as a solution. Now let's second one. F of 1 is equal negative 3 times 1 minus 2. And we are getting f of 1 is equal -3, -2. It's going to be -5. And it's supposed to be, this condition will be considered as a solution if we have, if it satisfies to condition x greater or equal -1. And it doesn't, because -5 is less than -1, which means here we put cross, which cannot be the answer, and our answer is going to be only -3. Okay, moving question number 9. We need to find the slope of the line given that 2 points, 4 and 2, and we have, let me see, -6 and 3. No, -6 and 2. Okay. So our m, formula for m is equal y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Let's assume this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So our m is equal, y2 is 2, minus y1 is also 2, and in the denominator x2 is -6, and x1 is 4. So we are getting 0 over -10, which is going to be 0, which is going to be horizontal line. Okay, so, and the rest I will record in the second half of this video.